Well, it was a tragic accident that claimed the life of a Wetumpka Elementary kindergartner. He was waiting for the school bus this morning with his brother and sister when an SUV struck and killed him, and now a community is grieving. In what many are calling an unimaginable tragedy, 5-year-old Ethan Woods was killed while waiting for the Wetumpka Elementary school bus to take him to kindergarten. Woods was waiting with his brother and sister on the corner of Titus and Thornton Road when a driver of an SUV struck and killed him around 6:30 this morning.
That was her baby boy. And to know that her other brothers and sisters were out there, that's even more hurtful.
13-year-old Tiara Harris normally waits with the kids at the same bus stop to go to middle school, but not today. And now she says she feels responsible, as though she could have saved his life.
And I'm supposed to keep him by this pole where they supposed to stand there to wait for the bus. And I wasn't out there this morning to watch him.
Tiara's mother reassures her that it is not her fault and tells her it is okay to be sad. Over at Wetumpka Elementary, counselors were on hand to help other children and teachers with the grieving process.
The loss of a child is just our greatest fear, and certainly thinking of the immediate family, this very unexpected and tragic loss, it's truly unimaginable.
Kashonda Ellis says the corner where the children wait is dangerous and thinks improvements could be made.
They just need to put some bus signs or a slower mile per hour sign or something.
Until then, her daughter Tiara says she doesn't feel safe waiting for the school bus outside.
Because I'm scared if it might happen to me or the other kids.
Now, state troopers tell us they are still looking into the cause of the accident, and District Attorney Randall Houston tells us so far no charges have been filed against the driver since this is still under investigation. Well, there is new information behind the death of a 5-year-old kindergartner who was killed Tuesday morning while waiting for the school bus with his brother and sister in the Titus community. According to a report by state troopers, the driver of the SUV admitted to drinking the night before, the same night as Alabama's win in the national championship game. According to a report released by state troopers, an investigator at the scene smelled alcohol on the driver of the SUV that struck 5-year-old Ethan Woods Tuesday morning, killing him instantly. And troopers say the driver admitted to drinking the night before. According to the driver and the victim's 10-year-old sister, Woods was playing in the road and darted into the street in front of the SUV. The driver told investigators that it was a dark and rainy morning and did not see the child in the road. He said it happened so quickly he thought he hit an animal. He told troopers he attempted to swerve, but it was too late. Meanwhile, a community is in mourning, and New Home Baptist Church in Titus is trying to pick up the pieces.
He was a very rambunctious little boy. I had to buckle him in right behind me in the van so that I knew where he was. But he was the sweetest little boy, and it's hard. It's hard to see the other two little children struggling.
Now this Sunday at New Home Baptist Church in Titus, there will be a love offering. The church is collecting donations in the form of a check or money order to help pay for the family's funeral expenses. Woods was struck and killed by an SUV when he darted into the road across from his school bus stop. The accident has left his family and community in mourning, and now the family is talking to us about the terrible tragedy and how they want improvements made to their neighborhood bus stop.
This is where my son was thrown. From all the way over there. And that little circle right there represents his shoe.
5-year-old Ethan Woods was waiting for the school bus with his brother and sister on a dark and rainy morning when he darted into the street in front of an oncoming SUV. The driver tried to stop and swerved, but it was too late. Ethan was killed instantly. It was a nightmare that his mother, Lyra Jones, never thought possible. She says she was inside their home with pneumonia just a few yards away when the accident happened. She says she always told her son,
stay out of the road. Sometimes they think they're invincible. They don't think.
Now it is a very different scene from that rainy morning when everything changed. The family builds a cross for Ethan and puts it in the ground, surrounded by gifts already left by others.
We want to put up a cross in his honor. That's the least we can do.
As the family visits the scene of the accident, there are still signs of the terrible tragedy. Pieces of the SUV's headlight, chalk marks in the street, and mementos of Ethan.
On the walk over here, I found a piece of his book bag. laying on the side of the road.
This book bag strap is her way of holding on to Ethan's final moments. And now Ethan's family is determined to make changes so that accidents like this don't happen again, and their kids have a safer spot to wait for the bus.
With a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, a curve here and a curve behind us and an intersection, and no bus stop signs, I think that's a shame.
This area here is not safe for our kids to be standing here.
Although nothing can be done to bring Ethan back, the family is trying to focus on their other children and remembering Ethan the way he was.
But he was always running and jumping and carrying on, and it didn't matter whether he was inside or not. He was running and jumping in the house too.
Now the family tells me that a private memorial service for family and friends of Ethan will take place tomorrow on Saturday. The New Home Baptist Church in Titus is accepting donations in the form of a check or money order to help with the family's funeral expenses. Glenn?